Hello everybody, welcome back to Being the Odds. It is Saturday, October 12th, 2024. We are back with our college football best bets of the day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Zach and welcome to Being the Odds. Let's recap this last week's results. So, college football, we have just been hot this entire year, man. Going right into the best Saturday of college football so far. Last week, in a slate that didn't look great, ended up being an amazing slate. We ended up having a great week. We had members only best bet Texas A&M minus 2.5, easy dub, never a doubt. We had Nebraska minus 6.5 members only. That was tight, but a win nonetheless. Washington money line, easy dub against Michigan. I know that was closer than people thought, or excuse me, I thought it was closer than never a doubt, but even so, I loved it. Members only South Carolina plus 9.5. The moment I put that bet in, I knew it was lost, but at 3-1, we'll take it. SMU plus 7.5, win. Clemson minus 15.5, that was a win. Iowa plus 18.5, that was a loss. West Virginia plus 3, win. Cal plus 10.5, that was a win. And UCF money line, that was the L. So it's 7-3 last Saturday. Then we had plays during the week. We had Jacksonville State team total over 38.5, that was a win. Middle Tennessee State plus 5.5, horrible bet. We lost that one. And then last night on Friday we went 2-0. We had members only best bet Arizona State plus 5.5, Northwestern plus 11.5 as well. We're 63 and 36 overall in the college football season. 28 and 15 on members only best bets, or just under 66% win rate right now. And right now I think we're like 50 and like 25 over our last 75 college football plays this year. So we have just been, again, like I told you, like I said a minute ago, we have been hot. And we have, matchup wise, on paper, the best college football Saturday in front of us right now. I get to watch it from Jamaica. Very excited about that. At a 5-star here, which is sweet. But we have 5 plays for you guys here on YouTube. I love these plays. There's a lot of big games in them as well. But we also have 3 members only best bets. You can go to zdmbets.com/picks. Website is linked in the comments below. We're at a 5-1 members only best bet run. And as a member, you get all our members only plays every single day, which was profitable best bets on a day-to-day basis. On top of that, you have a direct line to me. So in a game you're considering betting, reach out to our hotline number, get a guaranteed response back about any game you're considering betting. And you go our free picks show on YouTube, sent to you before these videos come out. Then we take advantage of early lines, early odds. Website zdmbets.com/picks, zdmbets.com/picks, zdmbets.com/picks. So let's jump into the plays that we have today. I'm going to start with our first play, would be Oregon plus 3 versus Ohio State. This, to me, I think is one of the easiest plays on the board. I wouldn't be surprised, for example, if Ohio State won, because they're Ohio fucking State. But to me, this is Oregon. This is Oregon plus 3 all day long. First off, Oregon is at home. Secondly, Oregon has the big boys run the ball against Ohio State. Ohio State has literally played no one so far this year. Their best opponent they have played is Iowa, and Iowa sucks. I mean, let's just be real. Like, Iowa is complete trash. And the fact is that Oregon has at least played a couple decent teams, and they've come out victorious, okay? On top of that, you got to look at quarterback. Dylan Gabriel is, in my opinion, way better than what Will Howard is at Ohio State. And I like Dan Lanning over Day. I like him a lot more. You have Oregon at home. That crowd's going to be absolutely unbelievable. And again, the biggest factor here is Ohio State has not played the level of competition that Oregon is going to give them today. And I think they're getting a little shell shocked early. I think this game is really close. But I'm getting a field goal with Oregon, and they're at home in Eugene. Give me Oregon plus 3 versus Ohio State today. It's going to be a fantastic game, and Oregon's going to win this game. Next one with Texas minus 14.5 versus Oklahoma. This line is scary when you look at it. At 14.5, that is a crazy fucking line. But here's the thing. We have to understand the kind of game Vegas plays here. Because if this game, let's just say hypothetically, was 10.5, let's say, right? It was a 10.5 point spread, 8.5 point spread, 9.5 point spread. I'd actually like Oklahoma more. But the fact that they're giving this big of a line, where the public is going to be all over Oklahoma, and they are just looking at it, oh my God, I get the Oklahoma Sooners with 14.5 points. That's fucking crazy. Smash Oklahoma, and then they get smoked, because last Red River rivalry, Texas lost because of Dylan Gabriel, by the way. And I think this is a game where Texas bounces back in the context of the Red River shootout. And Ewers is back, even if he doesn't play, for example. I think he's playing. but Arch Manning looks really good. Texas is better in every single position, in my opinion. Now, Oklahoma does have a defense, but they have no offense whatsoever. Vegas, again, though, is just begging you to take Oklahoma, and I will not fall into that trap. I will not do it. Give me Texas minus 14.5 versus Oklahoma today. Next, we'll have Penn State minus 3.5 versus USC. USC season's on the line, and honestly, it won't really matter very much. I'm a Penn State fan. Most of y'all know that. But the fact is, this is not because I like Penn State. I bet against them this year at times. Penn State is literally Michigan, which gave USC so many problems, except they can throw the ball. They have better wide receivers, and they have better running backs. I don't care what anyone says. Donovan Edwards is not nearly as good as Nick Singleton is. It's not even a question in my mind. USC has been suspect this entire year. They just lost to Minnesota at home, I think, or they just lost to Minnesota in Minnesota, excuse me. Wisconsin almost beat them at home. Michigan beat them. And honestly, it looks to me that if you play very, very physical Big Ten football at USC, you can bully them a little bit. Now, Miller Moss is really, really good. The Penn State defense is going to have to play out of their mind today because the offense for USC is going to be great because Lincoln Riley is the coach, obviously. But the fact is that USC, and by the way, if those guys are saying, well, it was a 16, 17 point game with Wisconsin. Dude, it was like a 3-point game with like 8 minutes left. There's a couple of garbage time touchdowns. It is what it is. But the fact is that Penn State is better at every position. I think this game is a really, really good game because USC will be able to score a little bit. However, I think this is a game that Penn State wins by between 4 and 7 points. It's going to be really tight on the spread. But guess what? If you win by 1, you win by 100, it pays out the same. So give me Penn State minus 3.5 versus USC today. Next, you know, West Virginia plus 3 versus Iowa State. West Virginia is at home. I get a field goal, and the sharp money is all over them, and the public is all over Iowa State here today. Because right now, Iowa State is getting a ridiculous amount of the bets, a ridiculous amount of the handle, and the fact is that this Jamaican Wi-Fi is not loading for me right now, so I can't give the exact place. But the fact is that, let's see here real quick. Yeah, Iowa State is getting 65% of the bets, only 45% of the handle. The sharp money is all over West Virginia today. And on top of that, West Virginia's got Garrett Green, who's a true run pass option. He's a dual threat quarterback that can actually throw the ball, which is huge. West Virginia can run the ball really, really well. Their defense flies around, and Iowa State doesn't have much of an offense. Plus, they have to go to Morgantown, which is a very, very difficult place to play, as most teams found out, except for Penn State. I love West Virginia here. I'm getting 3 points. They're at home. They have a great quarterback, and Iowa State can't score. So give me West Virginia plus 3 here today. And then we're going to go with Stanford plus 22.5 versus Notre Dame. This number is just way too big for me. There's too many points. And this Stanford team has been really, really solid against the spread, covering against teams that were on paper better, and also beating teams on the road that they honestly shouldn't be beating. I don't think Notre Dame has looked all that impressive this year. Other than the Texas A&M game, which they looked great in that one. Other than that, I don't trust this team at all. Riley Leonard looks like, by the way, he's taken a major step back since leaving Duke. When he was at Duke, he literally, I know he ran the ball great at Duke. He also threw the ball really well, too. And at Notre Dame, that's just not happening whatsoever. I don't know what the fuck they're doing coaching-wise, but they are not helping Riley Leonard develop at all. And I mean at all. And I don't really think, like I said, Notre Dame's offenses look that great. Louisville should have won. Louisville gave them the game last week. Or 2 weeks ago, we did have Louisville in that game plus 7.5, so we did cover. But even so, I think Louisville could have won that one. And Stanford's a very capable offense, which, again, Notre Dame has really just run the ball a million times with Riley Leonard. But they're Vegas is giving me 3 touchdowns plus 1.5 on top of that. This is Stanford all day. I love Stanford in this spot. Also, by the way, guys, for the MLB playoffs, Stanford with Tigers first 5 minus 0.5. I understand this is not a college football play, but I do like that at 1 o'clock, first 5 minus 0.5, and it should finish right before the 3:30 game starts. So I'm very fired up about that. Now, like I said, guys, we have 3 other plays today. Members only best bets. You can get this at zdnbets.com/picks. Website is linked in the comments below. We're on a huge college football run, 5-1 in our last 6 members only best bets. You can get them all at zdnbets.com/picks. Website is linked in the comments below. But guys, go lock in those picks. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money. I'll see you all tomorrow.